So you're managing a remote team. It's not an easy task, is it? Especially if you've never worked with remote employees and you need to motivate them. How's a remote team even different from a regular team? Hi, I'm Nate, and I'm here to help you avoid the following mistakes. Mistake number 1, managing remote teams with poor communication. This is one of the worst things you could possibly do. If you don't set up proper communication, you'll suffer from increased risk of errors. Plain and simple, there's just a larger chance of making mistakes during tasks if the objectives aren't clear. Less organization. This can delay the project length and cause unnecessary frustration. Poor coordination of tasks. In order to achieve the highest result, each task needs to be appropriately assigned to the best suited employee. And reduce motivation. If nobody has a clear objective, they'll be unmotivated to continue working hard. Continuously updating them on related info and acknowledging their achievements is also important to feed motivation. Communication is essential for any business, so to ensure the best communication, make sure you choose a platform everyone uses, like emails, video calls, telepathy. Just kidding, telepathy doesn't exist. Also, make sure you explain the rules of communication as well as answer any questions your remote employees may have. Mistake number 2, micromanaging your employees. Micromanaging is the process of managing every single task your employees do. Sounds fun, right? It can be useful if you want to drive your employees crazy. No, but if you want something done exactly the way you want, sure, micromanage. Typically though, it's very annoying, inefficient, and counterproductive. Long term, you will definitely make your employees unhappy. Your employees will feel miserable because they won't be able to perform anything without having to report to you for every single step. You won't have enough time for other tasks. You'll be exhausted and won't have enough time to dedicate to other important tasks that need your attention. Your employees won't have any creative control. Your employees will feel trapped because they can't be creative. And you'll be seen as a very strict and controlling boss. You don't want to project a disastrous image of a strict and controlling boss. That is just going to result in a lack of respect and obedience. Instead of micromanaging everything your employees do, give them a framework to use and let them have some control over their workday. After all, a little trust goes a long way. Mistake number 3, updating on the news infrequently. One of the reasons why communication is so important is that it allows you to update your employees on the latest news and make sure that everyone knows what the current situation is. Your employees are just going to be confused if suddenly you start making remarks about how they've completed tasks based on requirements they've never heard of. So make sure you send out regular updates via the communication platform you chose. Mistake number 4, ignoring the possibilities of outsourcing. Outsourcing is the process of getting some of your tasks done by other companies or professionals outside of your business. This can be very helpful if you're struggling with time, budget, or resources. Unfortunately, a lot of businesses shy away from outsourcing, afraid that something might go wrong. One of the best things about outsourcing is that it can help you reduce costs if used correctly. Some of the more simple tasks can be done outside of your company for a lower price and allow your team to focus on more important projects. Then that money can be redirected to other parts of your business that might need it. Another factor is if one of your team members gets sick, the remaining employees might not be able to manage all the projects. This is when outsourcing can be extremely useful because it lets your company still function as it would if all your employees were present. Mistake number 5, managing remote teams with no goals or expectations. One of the best ways to demotivate your remote team is by having no goals or expectations. Having a goal to aim for will illuminate the vision for the company and give the team a direction to strive towards. To determine the goals and expectations for your employees and the company, look back at your past experiences. Check the productivity of your team and determine the daily quota you want to set. Look at the performance of your marketing campaigns and set goals for campaigns in the future. Don't be afraid of setting goals a little higher than you initially wanted to. This will improve employees' motivation and encourage them to aim higher. Once the goals are achieved, it's fine to reward your team. You can hand out gift cards, add more days to their vacation, heck, after this pandemic, if you meet up with one of your remote employees, you can even give them a hug. Mistake number 6, rushing through meetings and decreasing interactions. This often gets overlooked, but it's still very important. To improve your meetings and interactions with the team, you should schedule your meetings. Always schedule your meetings for a time when everyone can attend. Make sure you have an outline for all the topics you want to discuss and how much time you want to dedicate to each topic. Let others speak. Instead of talking all the time yourself, let others speak and listen to what they have to say. Make sure that everyone is heard. Always find a compromise. These are very necessary if you want your remote team to function properly. You want to aim to satisfy everyone with the result, at least to some extent. Be polite and respectful. If there's tension, or your employees are arguing and can't agree, it's your responsibility to settle the matter. Tact is the art of making a point without making an enemy. And that's my quote. I didn't steal that from Sir Isaac Newton. Mistake number 7, being inconsiderate about employees' circumstances. Last but not least, being inconsiderate about your employees' circumstances can be a huge problem, both for you and for your team. Nobody wants to feel like they don't matter. Otherwise, you risk losing professionals and decreasing productivity in your team. If there's unforeseeable circumstances, try to be understanding and let your employees miss work to solve the problem. Once they're all done, they'll be both grateful and full of energy to continue working. All in all, managing remote teams can be difficult, but it shouldn't be a problem once you figure out the best approach for your team. Practice these tips and you'll notice a significant difference pretty quickly. If you like this content, subscribe to our channel and check out some of the other videos. Thanks for watching.